I made this little list of things that we've been studying. Have you ever wondered what the secret is to learning French? When we started off this process, we learned être and some adjectives, aller and asking a question with comment. We learned voir. We finished plural direct object pronouns in the last video with voir. And today we're going to do entendre. So yeah, the secret of learning French is just to take some manageable pieces, learn them step by step, and do the exercises so that you can master those little pieces, the little parts that make speech possible. Today is a continuation of two different videos. First of all, it's a continuation from the last video that we made where we talked about direct objects when the sentence starts with a plural subject pronoun. I can't even believe I'm able to say this, but basically it just means that, like, at the beginning of the sentence we have singular pronouns like I see you, he sees him, she sees her. And in French we have two kinds of you. We have informal you see me and formal you see me. And if you look at those sentences, you can see at the end of the sentence we have the object, in this case a direct object pronoun. I see you, he sees, not he, but he sees him, and she sees her, and so forth. And so we've been learning the difference between subject pronouns and object pronouns, and then how do we change pronouns when we're using a verb in the middle. And so it also connects to the other video on entendre. So we have this video today about to hear, the verb to hear. It connects to the previous video, entendre, because in the previous video we were talking about singular subject pronouns, meaning we start the sentence with a singular subject. And it also connects to the plural. So if we look at voir, I made a video about how you can begin a sentence with a group of people. So this is a plural subject pronoun. And we're going to do the same thing. So we're going to do the same exercise. It's related to the plural subject pronoun. It's related to the last video. But today we're going to use entendre. It's almost exactly the same video, but in this case, we're going to change the verb to entendre. The direct object pronouns are all the same, and the exercise is exactly the same. If you go to the Linktree link, you click the blog article called Under Construction, you scroll down to the Google Drive doc, you're going to see this Google Drive doc, you're going to scroll down to the verb entendre, you're going to see the difference between singular and plural, and right now we are in the plural section. In the plural section, you can see that there's like basically two broad groups. On the left side, there's two columns. It says one group of people, and the other one has two groups of people. Imagine that you're at a soccer game and we have one group of people. So in the first column, asking a group as the speaker. So the coach says to the team, "Who do you hear?" So it's probably the audience. And they say what? It says we hear. In this case, now we want to add the direct object pronouns. So in the first one, ourselves. What do we say for ourselves? So that's nous entendre. Okay, so now let's go back to this idea of pronunciation. So you see it says entendons. Now, if you scroll down, you can see underneath this exercise that there's two things to pay attention to. First, there's this one word called entendant, but it says you pronounce the D and then the T also, but you leave out the EN. So, all right, so our mission right now is to go through this exercise and try to figure out where is this word? When is the time when we say The other thing is, if you go down and look past the singular subject pronouns and conjugation, also go past the plural subject pronouns and conjugation, go into the pronunciation buckets. So when we say entendons, bon, bonjour, and These are two different sounds. So sound number 11, you can see it says he, hon, hon. It's a O. So that's bon, bonjour, And that's different than number 10, like comment, comment, and bon, is different. And then number 12 is So this is why I made pronunciation buckets. So entendre is 12, 12, entendre. And in the first column, if we go back up, then it's don, entendons, 12, 12, 11. Nous entendons. Remember that when you have a vowel sound, then let's go back to the top. So we got nous, ourselves. So it's nous entendons. And then tu is nous t'entendons. And then nous l'entendons. And her is nous l'entendons. And you formal is nous vous entendons. And the last one is for them. So remember that is les. Nous les entendons. All right, column number 2. So this is still one group of people, asking a group of people as part of the group. So now the team captain, rather than the coach, we have the team captain saying, who do you hear? Meaning, who do we hear? Because he's part of the group. Who do we hear? We hear ourselves. Nous, ourselves. Nous entendons. We hear ourselves. So, okay, that's the same as the first bucket. Now, we can't do the next one because you can't say we hear you because the person who asked the question said we. So in this case, we have to answer with we. And that's why this whole row here is removed, because in the other two columns, we're also dealing with two groups of people. Like they, why does it say they hear you? They hear you. Okay, so the problem is that when we say they hear you informal, it's actually a group of people asking. So they're all asking together. I'm talking about column number 3. It says, who do they hear? So there's 10 people, and all together they say together, who do we hear? So you can't say they hear you, but it's because it's us. It's us. We're a group. All right, back to column number 2. So it says, nous l'entendons. Nous l'entendons. It's the same. So in this case, again, we hear him, we hear her. And the last bucket is nous les entendons. All right, so it's very similar with the first group and the second group. The only difference is when the group is asking together, we have we, and then that removes some of the options. In column number 3, it says, qui entend, here is that special word, qui entend-il, qui entend-il. So this is where we don't pronounce the but we pronounce the D and the il and the til. Qui entend-il? Ils entendent qui. And that's the weird thing about this word entendre. It's that we only pronounce the entend. Entend. Let's just go through these very, very quickly. So we have il, us. So how do you say us? Il nous entend. Elle nous entend. Il l'entend. Elle l'entend. Il l'entend. Elle l'entend. Now, I didn't add the thing like they hear themselves. So maybe that you can comment in the comments below for how do you say they hear themselves. And the last bucket is il les entend, elle les entend. So that is the secret to learning French. You take it step by step, you do the exercises, you listen to the videos, and you make step-by-step progress.